What up, fellas? All right, so got a busy day going on. It's nice, beautiful weather outside. It's a little bit windy, but besides that, it's beautiful out there. We got a W218 chassis. It's a 278 engine, which is a turbocharged V8. That's a 2014 CLS 550 is what it is. First time we've seen this customer. He's new to this area. I think he's from Arizona, I believe. But we put a radiator in for him. I replaced the air tubes here for him. And there's a hose underneath the cowling that Nick did. He did an oil change to it. We did a transmission fluid service to it. And we did an overall inspection. It does need quite a bit more work, honestly. That's where we're at on this one. This one we had in here last week, put a blower motor in it. And she called us today saying, hey, it's running rough, it's shaking. It's got a cylinder number 3 misfire. So we're gonna recommend all new plugs. And then when you pull the intake, we're gonna recommend the 3 coils on bank 1. There's no sense in doing one of the coils when they're all same age and the labor involved to take the intake off. You wanna do all 3 at the same time. If you don't, what's gonna happen? We all know next month the other one goes down and she's paying to do it all again. And she's like, I thought I paid you to do this. So that's why you do that. This is a 2022 QX60 Infiniti. They actually hit something on the highway and they were a pretty sharp customer because as soon as they felt the impact, they said they turned it off and put it aside and there was oil all over the place. So they had it towed to us. The lower pan is plastic. They lost all oil. So we put a new pan on there, new oil and filter, started it, verified the oil level was good. Took about another quart on top of what it calls for. We cleared all the codes because it had some camshaft codes, oil pressure codes. Drove it, she's good. No noise, no knock, nothing. All right, Nick's working on this Q7 Audi here, 2012. Q7, I believe. Q7. It's got the 3.0 supercharged. He's doing the oil separator crankcase ventilation on it, which I'll show you. This is what he's changing out. Also, he's changing out the thermostat and this pipe here is leaking. He's gonna do oil filter housing while we're back here. He already did the valve cover gaskets. Valve cover gaskets are pretty common on these with high mileage. Someone put ignition coils on it and plugs and they broke the connector tab, so he's gonna replace the ones that are broken. But yeah, it's a pretty good ticket for Nick. We gave him a pretty good break if he wanted to do the water pump while we're in here. He actually turned it down. I don't know how good of a decision that was, but I think he should have done it personally because I took off some labor in the part. This kind of helped him out. But you know how that goes. He'll decline it and then next week it's gonna leak. It's usually what happens. So Nick's in the middle of this. Like I said, oil separator, oil filter housing, thermostat, and then the pipe. And then the valve cover gaskets is what we're doing on this car. He'll power wash it, it'll be done. This B&W here, pretty clean B&W. I think it's a 12, like 114,000? Yeah, that's right, it's a 12, 335 XI, I think 104 miles, let's look. 113,000 miles, so pretty low. It's a 6-speed, all-wheel drive, X-drive, N55 motor in this thing, so it's pretty reliable. And we're gonna do the water pump and thermostat and some hoses. It's leaking, it overheated on them, so. Pretty nice car, honestly. David's working on if I had to guess, it looks like an 09, 11, let me check here. It's a 2010 with 236,000 miles. The pump and rack was just pissing, so we're going back with a rack and pump on it. As you see with the cradle out of it. He's in the middle of taking care of that right now. Racks in. There's not a lot of good choices on these racks, guys. Movol, they're from, I think they're from Detroit. They're remanufactured here in the United States. That's what we're using on it. There's not a lot of choices. This is that 97. We did a bunch of work and it ends up needing a transmission. We have one coming for the guy. We're gonna replace it. This is a Buick Enclave, 2012, 113,000 miles. I'm not sure exactly what happened, what caused it to happen, but the cylinder, they've been 5. The valve came off the head and it dropped into the cylinder, damaged it, it blew up the piston, raw came through the block. We're putting an engine in this, so this is a sweet truck. This is a, I think it's an 02 Ram. It's 2-wheel drive, but it's got the Cummins in it. It's a 01 Ram 2500, 221,000 miles. We did upper lower control arms on it, brake pads and rotors. We're gonna get it aligned. Pretty sweet truck, actually. This F-Pace here, it's a Jaguar. I think it's a 17. I'm way off F-Pace, I should have knew. All right, so it's 17, I think right now it needs a battery. That's all it needs. He pulled the battery out of it. We're gonna get a battery for him. I'll give you a sneak peek of that bad boy. That's all we'll go. We'll go much more in detail, but let me know if you know what that is, guys. Very special vehicle. If you know what that is, let me know, because very, very special. What up? Kind of end of the day here. We'll kind of go over some stuff. Kevin is babysitting David. He's finishing his work. He had a few problems, so he's babysitting you. It's true though, right?
Yes, sir.
It's not.
Well, no, I did the alignment
He's just
without
getting
him.
help from Kevin. It's not a big deal.
Without him.
He is a big boy today. He did do alignment. His first alignment ever. Kevin's just helping him out. It's a 2012 Accord, that one we did the power steering pump and rack in. He's doing a steering angle reset, and they're just double checking the work, quality control. This 2500 Ram, I believe. Upper and lower ball joints, what a shocker. Hubs, and the actual steering shaft itself, it's got a bad joint in it. And this Enclave, he did improve the engine, approved the engine. So I got Peyton do the inspection on it before we do a big repair. And Kevin's gonna do the engine on it. We should have it here tomorrow. Peyton started on doing the transmission removal on this. He's in the middle of that right now. Bradley, what year is your Buick? 16, it might be 18, it might be a little newer. It's a Regal, it's got the 2.0 turbocharged motor in it, and the timing cover is leaking, so he's gonna reseal the timing cover on it. Nick's finished up, bad news with this guy here. This Beamer that needed the water pump and thermostat, we fixed all that. The DME is, the circuit that controls pump is bad. So on this particular model this year, they have no fuse protection for the module. So when that pump shorted out, guess what else it shorted? So it shorted out the module that controls the actual pump. So he's gonna need a module, the DME, which is the engine control module, to fix it. It is what it is, you know, I don't know why B&W did it this year, this model. They usually go through fuse 37. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's usually number 37 fuse that most of the models go through for the electric pump. Not this one, goes straight to the module. So no circuit protection. So if something shorts out, what's gonna happen? It's gonna blow something, and that's what it did. It blew the DME circuit. He's finishing up this Q7 right now. That's about done. We'll go over this another day. This is beautiful, beautiful. We might have to go over it today a little bit. This thing, it's a 95. It's not a 95 at the same time. This thing's been completely redone, not by me. This is someone else did this work. Hey Nick, what company did this conversion? Oh, ECD. I could be wrong. I think they're out of Florida, and one of our clients owns this. And of course, he can't go back to Florida, so he's brought it for us to help him out. But look, yes, this is a sweet ride. This is not what we expect inside of a Land Rover here. Pretty sweet ride. We're doing a few things to make it right. That company's taking care of the bill, so the customer's not responsible at all. With this Chrysler here, it's got an issue draining the battery on it, so in the middle of that right now. Let's go see where Nick's at. Let's go check on him real fast. This thing is sweet though. In the comments below, let me know what you think this thing cost. Here's where Nick's at right now. Okay, he's got everything pretty much back together. Oil filter housing, oil separator, thermostat, which are all over here. We'll kind of go over it. We'll go over why we changed this stuff. This is the B&W. Who makes B&W pumps? Well, Continental, Video, INA, all same company. They all make it. It says right here, Continental. So if you buy a Continental or a Video or INA, they're all the same. That's who makes this pump. The thermostat is Waller. I think it's Weiler or Waller, how you pronounce it. That's who makes the factory thermostat on here. Sometimes there's a symbol on here or something, but that's who makes it. But here's that thermostat for the Audi here, and it's pretty flat a couple spots. This is the oil separator, which is really, look at that, it's gone right there. And that oil filter housing, look at that. It's been leaking for sure, there's no doubt about it. And this is that brittle crossover pipe right here. And this pipe always is broken. We're in there, so we changed that out. Okay, there's one more of them that we usually change. I don't see it in here, but you're in good hands with Nick. Nick is an automotive European specialist, if you didn't know. I'm sure you'd know by watching this channel. That's all he works on pretty much day in, day out. So yeah, Nick is a technician any shop would dream to have, let me tell you. I mean, he's just an A technician that can do anything. But yeah, let me know your best guesses what that thing costs for the conversion. We do a bunch of Land Rovers over here at our shop, so that's why it came over here. We do a lot of Land Rovers. We got a lot. We do more Mercedes more than anything, but we do a lot of Land Rovers and Audis. We do a ton of them. And it kind of mixes in with a Chevrolet engine, which Nick knows. Anyways, to the next one. See you. What up? It's Friday. We're trying to get stuff out of here. This 2010, I think, Accord. We did a rack and pump on it. It's done. we just did some quality control on it. So we had a line that was leaking, so we took care of that. This X5, I'll show you what we're doing with this. Nick's doing the, so this is bi-turbo. There's a small and large turbo on this thing. Yeah, the compound turbo. I'll show you over here. So he's got the turbo off it right now, but there is a, it's a pain in the butt, this car. If you work on this, it's a diesel. So it goes, this hose.
There's a smaller turbo that sits right here.
Yeah, there's a hose that goes back here, behind here, that he's doing. It's one of the hoses. There's several of them, but I'll show you over here. There's a turbo. He must have the new hose, but he's just doing, he's going back, and I'm looking at seals because there's a couple of seals I got to get, it looks like. He's on the downhill stretch on that, so better than him than me, I can tell you that. This is a 2018 A6, just service and brakes and pads. They're just finishing up right now. Peyton's in training. Not sure exactly what year this Lexus is. 09 RX 350, a little older than I thought actually. But she's doing, we're doing factory struts, shocks all the way around, new mounts, everything. He's in the middle of that right now. Transmission came in for this guy to use one for him. He's on a budget. No big deal, I get it to 97. That part came in today, finally, to fix that. We did upper, lower, and ball joints on it, and then the steering column, someone replaced it with some cheap, a depot one, and locked up. He started a little bit on the engine. He's got caught up because he's doing a Jeep oil filter housing, radiator, and then ball joints all around. Then he's about got that wrapped up. He's going back with it, and he's gonna align it. This is for, supposedly it's draining on him, but we've had it. It's no draw. Come check it out, I'll show you. We can't get this thing to draw. It's been here 2 days, and you'll see for yourself. There's absolutely no draw. 6 milliamps, that's all she's showing. We drove it, turned it off, I don't know. I can't get this thing to draw. It's very, very strange there. This B&W, it's a 14 X5, a driveline malfunction. So we just did a basic evaluation on it, and it's got a bunch of misfires. So we're getting with the customer. They have 120,000, almost 110,000 miles actually. We're trying to see what they want to do with it as far as checking their maintenance history and stuff like that. Quite a bit out there we're gonna get to. Been one of those weeks, you know, some weeks just go and they flow, no problems. Not this week. This week's been a pain in the butt. It's been a punk. So it's kind of where we're at. it's been that kind of week for you. You know what I'm saying if you work on cars. Some things go right, sometimes things go wrong and they don't stop going wrong. It's been that week. You all right, Kevin? Yeah, I'm all right. As I said that, Kevin just cracked his head over there on the lift, so kind of proves my point. Nothing real exciting right now. It's all just kind of going back with the parts. Really no diag at the moment. So to the next one. See ya.